Hello, D&D fans, and welcome to episode 10 of Holy Rollerz, a 4.5 cleric D&D campaign where each of the characters can channel divinity, and two of the characters must feed off victims to satisfy an unholy lust. So we are very happy to be joining you today. Have a little bit of sad news. We lost our cast member. Jessie has decided that due to health concerns that our schedule was a little too rigorous for her. So she has declined and decided that she's going to have to bow out of Holy Rollerz. So we wish her well. She's ill right now, so everybody wish her well, send her good thoughts, and hope that her future endeavors all work out for her. And we are also excited tonight, though, because for our very first time here on episode 10, or our 10th anniversary, whatever you want to call it, we have with us John Christie, who is an aspiring voice actor and who is also a viewer of Holy Rollerz, and who is going to present his character today to guest star and join Holy Rollerz canon, which will be an opportunity that we hope to extend to more people. John, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited. I've never played 4th edition, but I can't wait to try it.
Well, that's okay. John will probably have lots of questions as we go. John and I actually made his character today in the space of about, was it 15 minutes, would you say?
15 to 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes somewhere. And so I'm sure he will have lots of questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. So in any case, okay, so we are going to go ahead now and tell you a little bit of lore.
Hey, FYI, the stream is not currently working. It looks like there was a problem with the stream key. It is recording, though, so I will just get us live as soon as we can.
Okay, so do you have the new password that I sent you?
I have the password, yes.
Okay.
I just have to remember how to get the key.
Okay, well, that should be 7 different kinds of interesting. Let me see if I can't pull up OBS. The key to OBS, is that what you're talking about? Or
yeah.
All right, give me 1 second for OBS to come up, and I think I can just paste and copy the key into Zoom chat, and then hopefully...
Did you change that as well?
No, I did not change that. Hopefully John will not use that to wreak all kinds of horrible havoc later on.
I'll keep my eyes closed.
Who knows? Something like that. Okay, so I think it's in the settings, correct, Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we sponsored by Mother's Circus Animal Cookies? Because if we are, I'm ready.
We're
How about
actually
McDonald's.
Okay, so we got 2 sponsors, no?
We're actually not sponsored by anyone at all yet. If anybody who's watching this would like to sponsor us, they are certainly welcome to do that. But
Turbo? No? Okay. That was just some free ad space for those guys.
All right. Jeffrey, there you go. Did it pop up for you in chat, Jeffrey?
I'm not sure if I see it there, but I did find it on Twitch.
Oh, you did? Okay. So,
And it looks like it is different. It probably changed it when you changed your password, maybe.
That's a distinct possibility. Being that we're a little bit new to the technical side, who knows what kind of witchcraft.
I have no idea what's going on.
Now, question, do you want to start over?
No, we can just start streaming. That's fine. I don't think we need to start over. Sometimes it's nice for people to see the nitty gritty, I think, of what goes on behind the scenes.
Okay, so all of this last couple of minutes will probably be on YouTube then.
Yes.
That's okay. That's all right. We are
2 people who know what they're talking about, and the rest of us going like, "What's a key?" And somebody gonna say "Bella," and then start.
All right, I'm gonna start the stream now.
All right, and we're starting the stream now, which is very exciting. Okay, hopefully. And are we starting the stream? Who knows?
I'm checking Twitch too.
Oh, it looks like
Start the stream.
It looks like an ad.
It looks like an ad is coming up unless you're paying. All right.
Hey,
okay.
We're live.
All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. So I will go into launch into a bit of lore now before I give the recap. So in the First Age, before recorded history, the Fae were given dominion over the Eastern Pinnacle, and they have had a long and complex history on the world of Eenia. The elder goddess Titania has been absent from Eenia for thousands of years, but her children have continued to have great influence from the Archfae, who still scheme to become the new gods of the world, to the Elven Kingdom to the west of the Adare Republic. And therefore, we have the Fae interfering in all kinds of ways throughout the campaign. Titania is the elder goddess who, in theory, created the Feywild and all things in it, and to whom all Fey races owe allegiance, although some specific Fey races may owe allegiance to their specific patrons. That said, the Fey have never had a particularly impactful relationship with the citizens of the Adari Republic. However, all of that could change. In fact, it could even change in the course of this combat. So, there we go. just a little bit of lore. Now for a recap. Last time on Holy Rollerz, the party pummeled the Just Blades into a parley where they attempted to convince Captain Thoreau that the faith of man was behind the problems in the town of Winter Run and Hollydale. However, Captain Thoreau and Madame Dimitri, the owner of the tavern, both explained that the faith of man had taken the church's place as the town healers and philanthropists. The Just Blades also claimed to have seen the faith of man battling the Redcaps, the criminal band, in the streets. During the course of the conversations, Brother Lashans, the priest of the High One, ran out of the tavern. Madame Dimitri then recounted a list of serious problems afflicting the town. Pursuing their original course, the party departed the following morning in order to report to the Church of Vestera about the vacancy in the pulpit of the nearby town of Hollydale. There, they discovered a mob gathering under the direction of Epistivus, who demanded that the remaining priests either turn over the chapel to the people or burn it down. Lachlan used his heart sight to determine which members of the mob might be the most susceptible to a change of heart, and the majority of the mob dispersed. It was then that Epistivus fired an arrow at Lachlan, and therefore that leads us to two of the sweetest words in all of Dungeons and Dragons. Roll initiative, gentlemen.
Me too?
You too.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm grabbing my 20 here. I'm grabbing Wheeler Woe, the one that rolls 3s and 20s.
I'm going to roll my dice in this lovely Holy Rollerz thing that we're giving away, right?
That's right.
Oh, that's cool.
We for those of you who maybe have not seen before, we once we get to 50 subscribers on YouTube or our subreddit, we are giving away, or I should say John Gaitan, our partner, is giving away one of these lovely dice cases.
Awesome.
For Holy Rollerz. Also, if you use the code Holy Rollerz, all in caps, with a Z instead of the S at the end, on John Gaitan's website, JBG Garage Crafts, you will get a 10% discount, which would be wonderful for this time of year. Now, what is not wonderful for Epistivus is that the die has turned against him, and he has rolled a lovely 5 on his initiative. Anyone else, gentlemen?
13. I'm actually grateful for that because I rolled a 6.
Okay. And Duriel is a 6. John, you rolled a 1 die 20, and your initiative bonus
rolled a 7.
So all right. So
with my initiative bonus, it's a 7.
You're part of the team already.
I know.
Oh, ouch.
I'm rolling these special metallic die I bought.
Ooh. Nice.
And they're like betraying me already.
All right. That's okay, because the dice can turn for you or against you in the middle of combat.
Look at
okay, Jeffrey. Gizik, what was that? Oh dear, have we lost sound?
I think I was muted. Yeah, I rolled 12.
There you go. You rolled a 12. Oh wow, nobody's rolling particularly high. And Lachlan.
13.
Oh, okay. All right. And we're just going to roll one more. Oh, my goodness. A 10. Okay.
See, you don't need to roll high when the enemy all rolls really low.
That's true. That is a true factor. All right. Here we go. Okay, so initiative is laid out, gentlemen. So Epistivus finally seems to get tired of the fact that you've turned the majority of his mob away, and he rather furiously points his bow right at you, Lachlan, and knocks an arrow. And you can tell by his demeanor that he has no intention of waiting to see what you might do to react. He gonna fire. So go ahead and tell us, Lachlan, since you're starting initiative, how you choose to react to that.
He throws out his hands. I throw out my hands and call out, "Lady Trueheart, shatter his heart on the altar of your scorn."
You're going to channel divinity right away.
What's his will?
Dang.
Okay, Epistovus's will is only 14, my friend.
Oh, easy peasy. That's an 18. So he is pulled 5, knocked prone, vulnerability 5 all till the end of my next turn, and he must spend his next standard action begging for my forgiveness and confessing his undying love to me.
I don't think he's going to appreciate that when he breaks that charm. All right, Lachlan, would you put yourself on the map? Tell us where you are.
Let's do. Sorry, I gotta look at the map the other way. Let's do L14.
L14. All right, Lachlan. There you are. Okay, Lachlan, you are standing between two statues of two of the 7 marchers who are saints in the Church of Bestera, raised to demi-powers, possibly. So you are there, and you pull him 1, 2, 3 squares. Epistovus is prone, right on that lovely flagstone paved walkway of theirs leading up to the chapel, and he has vulnerability 5. That is your standard action. Do you do anything for your minor or your move?
With my minor action, I'm going to activate my Defender aura. And then with my move, I will use another minor action. I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration
All right.
on Gizik. So he shouts out and says, starts singing a song about an ogre that ate the elf.
An ogre that ate an elf?
Yeah. Isn't Epistovus an elf?
He is an elf, yes. Yeah.
And is it half ogre?
He is half ogre, half hag. Now, is this a real song, or is this just something that Lachlan's BSing on the fly?
Oh no, I'm sure it's some orc nonsense he heard one day.
Okay. All right. But
It's probably pretty bland, but you know.
he's talented enough to make it up. All right. Very good. So you are seeing this, John, your character is seeing this from the doorway.
Okay.
You see him grab his holy symbol and shout out to the goddess of love, Sindel. Epistovus lowers his arrow and goes running towards Lachlan with his arms outstretched. There's some kind of, dun, 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 kind of thing. And then he falls prostrate down on the floor on his knees. And that is what happens. And now it would be Gizik's turn.
All right. I'm gonna walk up next to Epistovus. K15.
All right.
And so it's move action. It's minor action. I'm gonna just kind of crouch down on this flagstone, put my fist against it, use Fist of Stone,
Okay.
and the flagstone grows up around my fists, and they double in size, covered in stone. And I'm going to attack him with Hag's Hunger.
Alrighty. His AC is 16.
Wait, where's Epistovus?
He is on square 14K, prostrate before Lachlan, who
I
pulled.
thought he was 14H. Okay,
He was, but Lachlan pulled him forward with his power.
that's right.
So where's Gizik?
Gizik is to the left of Epistovus.
J14?
Yep, right? 15.
15.
So Hag's Hunger is 2 attacks. I have a 22 with 1, and the other I rolled a 1. So let's see. Let's do the damage then.
All right. So I believe you don't add your strength bonus on this one. It's just the die and your implement bonus.
Right, my implement bonus is a 2 right now.
Yep.
Plus then the 4 from the Fist of Stone.
Yep.
So plus 6. 14.
Woo. All right. So Epistovus is on the floor, Lachlan, He looks like he is about to just burst into the most melodic elven rhapsody, maybe. And then as he's like, Gizik comes over and claws the side of his face and drips blood all over his pure white lily robes, musses his golden blonde hair that's straight and parted down the middle, and cuts into his ear. His poor elven ear is hanging now, and he is very unpleasant. And he looks over at Gizik, but then the charm takes over, and he's right back at you, completely ignoring the pain. And that would be Gizik's turn. Gizik, do you want to try to bewitch him first?
No, I want to use Fist of Stone this time.
Okay. Alrighty, that would be Gizik. All right, Anduriel, my friend, what is your dexterity?
700.
I don't believe that is an accurate statement.
16, well, plus 3, so 19.
19. Okay, so your total dexterity is 19, my friend?
Yeah.
All right, then you are going to go first. Anduriel, it is your turn. Now, I would remind you, Anduriel, that there are people running away past you this round. So on this round, everybody who is in the courtyard of the church is going to be running, dashing through the statues, dashing through the snow in a one-horse, anyway, all that good stuff. And they are going to be fleeing for their lives. Epistabis is the only one who has... well, I mean, there are a few people still there in the yard, but he's the only one who's made any aggressive action so far.
Yes, he has. So, and he's bleeding. Ariel takes some interest in that. So, I'm going to approach from the other side.
Right.
K13.
Alrighty.
And we are going to go ahead and attack Taste of Life versus Fortitude.
All right, Anduriel, before you can do that, my friend, unfortunately, you walk past someone who happens to have a knife. And although he looked much like a farmer, he is going to take an attack of opportunity on you as you run past. What is your AC?
14.
14. Okay, and he got a 17. Anything anybody can do about that to help Anduriel out?
He's not next to Lachlan, is he?
Anduriel?
The guy attacking him.
Nope.
Then sorry.
Okay. Anduriel, you take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As one of the farmers pulls a knife in square M13, and he slashes alongside of you.
So, farmer.
If he's in M13, he is in my aura.
Oh, you said was he next to you, not your aura? How big is your aura, and what does it do?
It's just a 1, but if I'm in L14 and he's in M13, he is in my aura.
No, actually, I lied, not to get him out of your aura, but he wasn't in Anduriel's way. He was in 12. Is he still in your aura?
In M12?
Yes.
No.
Yep, sorry. I put him in the wrong square. So, yes, he is actually standing right next to one of the statues of the martyr. So he's standing next to a man in priestly garb with a bugle in his hand and who's wearing some kind of backpack and in some kind of a winter garb. And he is the one. So unfortunately, no, that was not the square he was in. I do apologize. That was my bad. And if you have any other powers, I'll be negating them with a 1 square movement also. Just let me... I'm just kidding.
But he still attacked. I still got cut with the blade.
You still got cut because he went past you.
Okay, cool.
All right, Anduriel, your turn.
I'm going to use Blade of Nightmares on the farmer. It's a trigger. Whenever I get hit with any attack, the enemy is immobilized till the end.
Okay.
And if he's getting all choppy... So how does that work? Even though I was going to attack Epistabis, then this guy cuts me on the way. Do I still carry through with my attack on Ephistivus, or
You
stop?
still get your turn. He did not stop you. Sometimes an immediate reaction in 4th edition will stop you with a special power, but that is not the case here. You go right past him. He just cut you on the way.
Well, I guess my question is, could I turn on a dime and attack the farmer at this point? Because Ephistivus hasn't done anything to me.
If you would like to.
I would like to.
You would. So will you stop your movement then?
Yeah.
All right, what square are you going to stop your movement in?
If I was along the plane of 13 and he cut me, I'd probably be in L13 at that point, just after he cut me. So I'm still able to get him.
All right, so you move into L13. You stop just as he hits you. And does Blade of Nightmares say it's a trigger when you hit or when someone hits you?
When I'm hit with any attack.
Okay.
Is what it says, but I could be misreading it.
Does it say when I hit or when I am hit?
No, actually, hit with any attack. It just says hit with any attack. That's what
I hit. So whenever you hit with any attack, you can use Blade of Nightmares to immobilize someone.
Oh, well, that's going to change the way I use that one.
Yes, we used it incorrectly last time. But that's okay. Live and learn. Not a problem.
It's okay. Well, I did not immobilize him then. He's not immobilized. But I am quite upset, so I'm going to use Weapon of Divine Protection and whip out my knife, and we're gonna play a little game of that's not a knife, this is a knife.
Okay. All right.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's and it's gonna be versus armor class.
Okay. His armor class is 17.
Okay. Got a 16 plus the weapon is
more than enough.
Yeah,
okay.
We got it.
Okay, so are you going to use Weapon of Divine Protection or Taste of Life? What was the power you wanted to use?
It was Weapon of Divine Protection. So with my kukri.
Okay.
That's not a knife, this is a knife.
All right.
And yes, so I'm going to dial that up right now. Die 6 plus... Okay. Sorry, it says 1W plus bonus plus 1 die 6.
That's one weapon.
My weapon.
Yeah, your kukri does 1 die 6. So you roll 2 die 6 and add your damage bonus.
Nice. And so that did 15 points of damage. And I hit my friend. So now Blade of Nightmares is going to come into play and he is immobilized.
Okay. All right, so how do you picture that looking? How does he get immobilized by the attack?
I think it's when as I turn, I feel the cut, and Dario feels the cut. He turns and he sort of sweeps with his leg. He sweeps out with his leg, catches the man falling, and comes up with a kukri at the same time, kind of slashing him along like his side as the man falls to the ground.
Okay. All right. So he thinks he's being all sly. Like you combine his like, ha, ha, ha. And he draws a dagger. It's not a really nice blade, but he does manage to cut you pretty deeply along the side. And he's thinking, oh, you're going to fall down. Oh, he's not expecting you to reverse your movement and turn around, bare your fangs at him perhaps, and then slash him and then hold him on the ground right there, immobilizing him, which is what Blade of Nightmares does, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you are holding him on the ground, leaning over him, and now he's like, like he wasn't looking at it. And Duriel, make a perception check.
Natural 20.
You catch sight of a red cap underneath his little farmer's hat that is tightly tied onto his head as though for weather. And it is storming, so it would be the perfect weather to have something around you like that keeping you warm. But he's got just a little bit of a red, little cap, kind of like long cap, like a sleeping cap you might see on someone from olden times. And you catch sight of that as you strike him, just so you know.
All right. Okay.
Okay. And that would be Anduriel's turn. All right. Okay. Now, on this turn, Thora, I will tell you what happens.
Okay.
The halfling who came out, Miles Havernell, Brother Havernell, who came out there and told them that they would leave, Ephistivus draws the bow, and he turns around and goes booking back towards the front doors of the church. And one of the farmers gives chase. And so he makes it to the front door, or right in front of the front door. And one of the farmers is in square F14. And he is chasing him with a pitchfork. And he looks like he's going to try to stab him in the back. So I just want to let you know that you are seeing this on the other side of the door.
Okay.
And now it is the farmer's turn. Okay, Anduriel first, the first farmer on you. He pulls out a mace from underneath his cloak. It's a very unfarmerly looking mace, for that matter. And he looks at you, and he is going to strike you with it. Anduriel, what's your AC?
AC is 14. If he's immobilized, does he have to do any sort of save before he can attack?
No, because you are still adjacent to him, my
Fair
friend.
enough. Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
So, and he got himself an 18. And he does 12 points of damage to you. And Anduriel, he slides you 3 squares down 2 and over to the right 1 into square N12.
All right.
Okay, Anduriel, there is a jagged bit of stone that he slams you into over there, and you take another 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So this is what he does. You stab him, and you're holding him down, and out of nowhere, he brings up this mace that he was concealing under his cloak. He swings it, and he clubs you right in the head with it, and you're dazed and you're dizzy. And then he grabs you by the hair, and he swings you around him and slams you into that statue. And that jagged bit of stone on the statue that he slams you into is pretty painful.
Okay.
Okay, and there is nobody over there, but that is what he does. How are you feeling there, Anduriel?
Anduriel that's a pretty big hit for where he's at. So he kind of looks up and shouts out, "Naylock, bring to life the shadow of my vengeance." And the shadow of Naylock happens at that point.
Oh, okay.
That's an immediate reaction. The target takes ongoing 5 necrotic damage and is blinded if they miss the first save.
Okay. Okay. So he slams you into this, and you are oh crap, you are dazed. You can't do immediate reactions when you're dazed, can you, Ryan?
No.
So unfortunately,
dazed?
Anduriel, yeah, he dazes you with that attack, unfortunately. So you start to shout out a prayer to Naylock, and it comes out something like, "Ah!
We're just full of convenient things tonight, aren't we?
Ah!" And
Actually, he was in a different square. Actually, you were dazed.
Yes.
And he brings that.
Yes. Unfortunately, his attack. You know what? Hold on a second. Yes, you are dazed. I'm sorry. My apologies. It's
Okay.
bit much. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he pulls a long sword and a roast chicken out of his cloak.
Well, and his breath weapon. He's going to use it now. And
He just seems to have a
And
lot
then
of
he
stuff
takes
in that cloak.
He takes his 4 action points he's got, and then he.
Okay. So that is him. And the other one looks like he is going to strike Brother Miles. He will make an attack. And he misses, rolling a 3. So he takes that pitchfork and he tries to jam it down at the halfling. And Brother Miles goes, "Oh!" And he darts out of the way, and he's just a little bit too small and quick. And now, 2 more of the farmers pull out crossbows, and they step out from behind the front closest 2 squares into H14 and H16. There are now 4 farmers with really sophisticated weapons on the table. Gizik, they are both going to take shots at you. What is your AC, Gizik?
16.
16. All right. They are going to take shots. They have +7s, so they need 9s to hit you. And one miss and one hit, Gizik. You take 6 points of damage. And they both kind of laugh as they pull out crossbows, and they're thinking that you're going to go down easy. One of them shoots at you, and it sticks in your shoulder. The other one shoots at you, and you bat it aside with your staff. And they both look like, why isn't he dead? And they start loading their crossbows with what looks to be a really very kind of fancy arrow, shall we say. It is covered in runes and looks like it's been painted red and orange. And they start loading this fancy arrow into their crossbows. And that would be all of them. Okay. And now, John, your character sees that poor little halfling, Brother Miles. You've been visiting with Brother Miles, and you know Brother Miles is a kind and gentle soul, not particularly skilled in any form of combat, so to speak. And he in fact, he's probably more skilled with a pie slicer than he is with the staff that he sometimes carries. And you are on the other side of that door. So what might you like to do, John?
Just really quick, I want to make sure I know where everybody is.
Sure.
The farmer on Anduriel, I think, was at M12. M12. Okay, so I did have that one wrong.
Yes.
And Episcovus?
Episcovus is on square K14 on the flagstones.
K14.
There's a lovely little flagstone path leading up to the front doors of the chapel. There's blood all over it now.
Okay. All right. And I think I have everybody else where they're supposed to be. So,
okay.
Seeing all of this happen, Thora would open the doors of the chapel and march out to defend his brother.
Okay. Out steps Thora. What does he look like?
He is a tall, very lithe half elf with short brown hair. And his armor almost looks like the halfway point between leather and like wood. It's very textured. And he steps out and brandishes his staff, and he gets ready for combat.
Okay. All right, so he steps out. So will we put you right in front of the church doors?
Or
do you want to still be in the chapel?
I want to step out of the chapel to F15 so I can engage with that farmer. All
right. Thora, you step out into F15. So the door to the chapel opens, and you see this half-elf in the half leather armor step out, carrying a staff. And what's the expression on his face?
He looks calm, like he knows that we're going to be able to fend this off, but there's something bestial in his eyes.
Okay, little savage look in his eyes.
Yeah.
All right, so he steps out, and the farmer with the pitchfork, he looks up at you, and he doesn't quite know what to make of you because he doesn't seem to recognize you. And now it is your turn. What power would you like to use? Or would you like to transform before and use a beast power?
I think I'm going to transform, and I'm going to enter my swarm form.
All right. What does the swarm consist of?
Well, he claps his hands together, and he becomes a swarm of scarabs.
Okay. Are any of them flying, or are they all just crawling across the floor?
They're all crawling across the floor because it's freakier.
Well, how very mummy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So here come the mummy beetles. And which beast power would you like to use? Swarming beetles, insect swarm, or fog of insects?
He is going to attack them with Savage Rend.
Okay, Savage Rend. Alrighty, go ahead and roll the 1d20 and add your attack bonus, which is 5.
Okay. Ooh, that's 21 total.
That is more than enough to hit him.
And that's 1 die 8 plus 5.
Okay.
7 damage.
Alrighty.
And the target slides?
You may slide him 1 square in any direction that you would like to, if you so choose.
I'm going to move him 1 square lower to G14 to protect, to get him away from the brother.
All right, Brother Havernell, Brother Miles Havernell thanks you profusely and darts into the chapel and slams the door behind. Now, you were on the other side of the door, and you kind of know what's been going on so far at this point. The goal has been to keep everybody out of the chapel until such time as you are able to get Hope Master Ferrante, the head priest of the chapel, out of the dungeons in Castle Winterguard.
Okay.
So you know this, and you know that the doors weren't supposed to open, but Brother Havernell thought he could talk them out of it and talk them into leaving. He went out, and you knew it was a bad idea, but you're a visitor here, so
I stepped away.
Okay, so he darts back in, and per the Hope Master's orders when he was taken away, they are supposed to keep the church locked up. So he closes the door and is probably going to lock it behind you. So you turn into this swarm, and this farmer is like, "Get him off me! Get him off me!" Ah! And he starts screaming, and the beetles start biting all over him, and you slide him down and save Brother Havernell's life. Nicely done. Okay, that is your minor action to transform, and your standard and your move. So now it would be Epistivus's turn. Lachlan. Epistivus is he's pretty injured. He's taken 14 points of damage. He does have a lot of hit points, but he falls down before you on his knees, Lachlan, and you can see that Sindel's power has completely taken him. You're shining with this brilliant red light, and he's standing there in this light and falls to his knees, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, aiming an arrow at you. I aimed an arrow at you similar to the arrow that you've pierced my heart with." And he looks up at you and he says, "How can I make it up to you? I know. Let me sing." And he reaches out and he pulls a flute out from his cloak, his belt, and he pulls this little wooden flute out, and he says, "I can sing." He's like, "But I shouldn't sing because I'll never be as good as you." And your eyes shine like stars, and what kind of moisturizer are you using? Because your complexion is just so creamy. Anyway, he goes off, and then he launches into even more about how he knew it was foolish to reject the gods. He knew it could only lead to destruction, but he couldn't help himself, and he's so sorry. And maybe you could show him the way back to the light, if only he could get into your warm embrace. And that's how he spends his standard action. And then he snaps out of it briefly for his move action and his minor action. And he looks around and he looks up at you and he stands up and he casts Healing Charm on himself to regain a few hit points. And that is his minor action, and that is his move action, and you briefly see a maddening rage fill his eyes as he looks at you.
I wink.
Now we will see if he breaks the charm. And unfortunately, what's that?
It's broken. It's broken at the end of my next turn.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Sorry, I didn't know if it was a save effect. Okay, he's pretty unhappy, Lachlan. You have the inkling that he might harm you on his next turn. Just throwing that out there. Okay, back to the top, Lachlan. It is your turn.
All right. Well, until the end of my turn, he's still vulnerable. So I'm going to attack him
With your radiant good looks? Or
Yes.
okay. All right.
I'm going to use Blunder on him. You said his will was 14, right?
14.
14. That's a 21. So he is going to take 12 points of damage,
All right.
and then he gets to slide 3. I'm going to slide him. I'm just going to slide him to K15.
Now, how many squares can you slide him?
I can slide him 3, but I'm only going to slide him 1.
Okay, let me tell you some things that you might take into consideration while you are sliding. Those statues that have the sword on them, do you see them?
Yeah.
They have sharp, jagged edges. Anybody who is slid into a square or forced into a square adjacent to those statues is going to take an additional 1d6 damage.
Well, let's do that.
All right, where would you like to move him to?
I want to move him to, let's see, into M15.
Okay, M15 is not one of those squares next to the statues.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. It's M17.
Okay. All righty.
So, and as he moves, Gizik gets to make a melee basic attack against him with a +3 bonus.
Whack him, Gizik.
All right.
He starts tripping and falling all over himself and stumbling, and he stumbles right past you, Gizik, and you're like,
Because you're Scooby-Doo.
Whoa!
Is that a natural 20?
That was a
Gizik?
natural 20. So let's try another roll. I don't think I backed it up. Let's see. Maybe I did. What's his AC? I think
AC?
that I have a 19.
His AC is 16, so
All right.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Jeff
One
Rapp.
more roll.
let's roll the 1d6. He's smiling.
I am smiling.
Oh!
Is that what I think
It
it is?
is. This might be my first one ever.
Okay. All right. We have a house rule here on Holy Rollers. When you roll a 20 and you back it up, you are allowed to roll the 1d6. On a 1 to 5, it is a critical hit. On any other roll other than that, it is, in fact, an auto kill. And that doesn't matter if you are the most powerful dragon or you are the weakest goblin. It is an auto kill. So you kill Epistovus. Tell us what that looks like, Lachlan. Gizik, he goes stumbling past you, Gizik, and tripping and falling all over himself. And then what do you do?
Well, I have my fists that are just covered in this heavy flagstone. I swing with a really strong punch, and his head just kind of crumples under my hand.
Okay.
And he falls down dead.
Let's see.
All right. So
It's not messy. It's crumpled, not exploding.
Okay.
Oh, there's some goo. There's goo.
It's perfectly clean.
It's leaking out now that he's on the ground, yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that no matter how you decapitate someone, it generally tends to make a sticky, wicky, messy, wessy. So, yeah. So he falls all over the statue, and his blood pours out, gushes all over the statue of one of the marchers, one of the saints of the church, and begins to goo everything. And the farmers who are in this battle are like... And then they all start kind of looking around like, okay. And that would be the Gizik's turn.
No, that was my turn.
Or Lachlan's turn. Excuse me.
Yeah.
that's true.
And I still have a move and a minor.
All right.
With my minor action, I'm going to use Majestic Word on our resident vampire.
Okay. What do you say to him? Anything uplifting? Like,
He's looking at Anduriel saying, "Did you see Epistovus die?"
okay.
But it's just laced with positive energy.
And Anduriel, it just fills you with more joy than it would normally.
So
Pretty happy about that.
You get a surge plus 4 hit points, and I get to slide you 2 squares. I'm only going to slide Anduriel 1 square into K14 next to me.
Okay, Anduriel is currently in square N12, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
So you will slide him 1 square where?
I'll slide him into M14 then. M14.
All right, so you slide him
2 squares.
2 squares. All right.
I just want that farmer to have to get in my aura if he wants to attack Anduriel.
Okay, so and it's his turn next, so that was a good move. Okay.
And then with my move action, is anybody suffering an ongoing effect?
Well, excuse me. Anduriel was going to release his shadow as an ongoing effect, but he is dazed right now. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
But nobody else has an ongoing effect.
But he's not dazed. He's not dazed save ends, is he?
No. Anduriel, yes, he is. He is dazed save ends.
Okay, then I also want to use.
The farmer is immobilized. Save. No. Sorry, till the end of my turn.
The farmer is immobilized, but that's not a save.
That's
action.
not a save.
Yeah. If Anduriel has to make a save, then I'll use my move action to use Divine Metal.
Okay.
On Anduriel, and he gets to make a save with a +4 bonus.
Okay. Leah from Lay's in chat, along with, it looks like, John, are some of your friends in chat here too?
Yeah.
So hello to John's friends. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And Leah's in there. Leah says, "All right, Gizik," and she did some a green flame emoji for you, Gizik.
Green flame.
Yes, green flame. Green flame. Okay. Alrighty. Hey Leah, how you doing? Good to see you here. So anyway, Leah might be joining us at some point here in the near future for a guest appearance. We're gonna try to spread the love in that regard.
Woo.
So, okay. So you slide him over, Lachlan, and when you use Divine Metal, what does that look like?
He just looks at him, and I think his eyes get like that rosy glow in them, and he just says, "Shake it off, friend."
Okay, Anduriel, you get this burst of speed, and you just dart over towards the other statue, or towards the flagstones, excuse me, and you get away. That guy's immobilized, so he can't move towards you, Anduriel.
And did you make your save?
And Anduriel, you get to save versus the daze.
With a +4.
With a +4.
Ooh.
That is a 19.
All right, and that will do, pig. So you only need a 10 in 4th edition to make a saving throw. You only need a 10 on the die 20. So
nice.
You shake off the enchantment, Anduriel, which means you are going to get your full turn this round as opposed to being dazed. And
I like that.
Okay, that's good. Lachlan, is that the end of your turn?
One other thing. When Gizik drops the Pistivus, I can use Virtue of Valor to grant him 4 temporary hit points. So I'll do that.
All
right.
right.
So he gets a little rosy shield of love.
All right, very good. So Gizik, you lop off somebody's head, and Sindel blesses you with favor. The goddess of love. The goddess of love is inspired by your bloodlust. She's really all about lust of any kind. So
Hey, skill recognizes skill. She knows what's up with Gizik right there.
she does. Maybe, who knows? If you're a goddess, maybe a decapitation is sexy. I don't know.
Oh, wonderful. Well done.
Yeah. All right. Very nice. Now it is the farmer's turn. They are officially freaking out on a number of levels because of what's going on. Gizik, the two next
Hey, Matt.
to yes, sir.
I thought Gizik was before the farmers.
Yes, he is. My bad. Thank you so much. Gizik, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna look up at the farmers that shot me with an arrow, snap that arrow off, drop it on the ground, and say, "You shouldn't have done that." And I'm going to
We're sorry. You're right.
stare out at the one closest to the shield statue there in H16 and bewitch him.
Okay. His will is 15. Go for it.
Yep, that gets it.
Jeffrey's hot tonight.
All right. So you bewitch him, and he falls under your power. Now what will you do?
Now I am going to use My move action is a minor, and scrape him along the side of that statue.
You're going to use your move action as a minor?
So I used a minor to bewitch him, and I'm
Uh-huh.
using a second minor action instead of
Okay.
a move action to
All right, where are you going to
scrape
move
him along that statue.
All right, which one is this?
So
Is this the one?
this is the one that was on the corner in H16, so now he is in I16.
All righty. Well, that's not very nice of you, but they're not very nice people. All right. So, Gizik, you bewitch him with your claws, and then you're like this, and he starts wandering, and like his body's not in control of himself, and he runs right into the face of that statue. So roll 1d6, my friend.
It's a 1.
That's okay, because he scraped his knee, and it hurts a lot more than it it's
like a
It's a-
paper cut.
it's an injury, but it just it stings.
Okay, and then for my attack, I'm going to charge the farmer next to Anduriel,
Okay.
moving to L13.
Alrighty. All right.
So that's a 15, I think.
Okay. Unfortunately, his AC is 17. That is a miss.
You're still inspired. You can roll a die 6 and add it to your attack.
Yeah, roll your die 6. Maybe it'll.
All right, that's a 5, so that'll hit.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
And 14 damage.
Oh, he is not really enjoying life tonight. He's wondering if maybe he chose the wrong career as this horrible half ogre comes charging towards him and claws at him, and you just rake into him, and there's blood all over this fool. Anduriel slammed him into the statue and whacked on. I mean, cut him. It's just he's a bloody awful mess, and he's looking around frantically and like he's gonna bolt possibly.
He did have a chance to leave with everybody else.
Well, he did, but unfortunately, he didn't make that choice. All right, Gizik, anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Does he have a flask of oil?
Well, not that you've seen, but you've gotten a good look at him, and you can see he's concealing other weapons under his cloak.
All right. Well, that's it
But
for my
does he
turn.
have another flask?
Does he have?
He's got a
What?
flask of something.
Yeah.
Do you mean does he have one of these flasks?
I don't care if it's flammable. I'll use
It's
it.
been that kind of a day.
Yeah.
But that's it for my turn.
Okay. So the two are going to shoot at you, Gizik, because you horrified them. That were yes.
I went before the farmers last time because I pinned him and then he
Oh, wait a minute.
got me.
You are correct. I'm slopping all over the place. Anduriel, your dexterity is 2 points higher, so you go before them.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I apologize.
You got a lot going on. Keep it. Okay. So if I've got a close burst 3 power,
Uh-huh.
I could stand in I-14 and get 2 farmers, but not the third because he's over to the side, and it's a burst.
If you move into I-14, you will get 3 of the farmers with a close burst 3.
Well, that-
If you move into J14, you'll hit them all.
not the one down by the. There's only 3 that are up there, and then there's the one down by the sword statue.
But it's a close burst. Is it a close burst 3 or a close blast?
It is a blast.
All right, so
Okay.
you can only hit the ones in front of you. But yes,
Right.
if you move into I-14 on the flagstones leading up to the church, you
Right.
can hit all 3 of those guys, provided you roll well.
Okay. Well, that's the that's the hope. So, Anduriel's going to move up there. He's Gizik seems to have the other farmer well and truly in hand. Anduriel's been doing this long enough. He's not really taking it that personally that he just got rocked.
Does that farmer down there get the attack of opportunity
maybe.
when Anduriel moves?
I wasn't next to him. I was in.
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah.
Nope. No, he had moved. Lachlan allowed
I
him
split
to
him.
He
Yeah.
saved me. And so now it's time for Swarm of Shadows. Close Blast 3, and it's versus Fortitude.
Okay, their fortitude is 14. What do you need to hit?
So this is a vampire attack, correct?
Yes, this is your daily vampire
So
attack.
I get a +6 to my attack.
All right, so you need to roll 3 8s. Let's see if you hit the first farmer.
8.
Hit. Second farmer.
8. What the?
Hit. Oh, careful there.
I know. I'm trying to roll higher, but that'll do. I'm glad. Okay, good. That is 15.
All right, you hit all of them. And it is just, you only have to roll damage 1 time for a blast. So roll your damage once and add your vampire bonus.
Okay. 25 points of damage.
All right. 25 to you and 25 to you. All righty. Oh, they love you. They want to pick out China.
We're getting drapes.
Okay. Sorry, drapes.
We're not to China quite yet.
All right. All right, Anduriel, you use Swarm of Shadows. Tell us what it looks like.
All right. So from where I'm at, standing next to Lachlan, Anduriel kind of takes in everything, and he teleports. So his shadow comes out and around, consumes him, and then he's gone. The shadow expands out over the 3 farmers in the area, and all of a sudden, all you can hear is screams, and you see little pieces of blood flying here and there, flashes of skin, and anyway, so that's what it looks like. Anduriel is in this shadow, and he's just raking these guys to ribbons.
So, Thora, it's really a rather frightening prospect what he does as he conjures up this enormous burst of shadow and then vanishes into it, ripping them to pieces. It's pretty dark magic.
All of the scarabs' jaws drop.
Okay.
They take ongoing 5 save ends, and then I'm invisible.
All right.
Till
And
the end of my next turn.
all right. So is there any kind of cloud created by this or anything, or are you just invisible? Doesn't create an area of anything?
No, it just
Okay.
says invisible, yeah.
All right. Very nicely done, Anduriel. They are all bloodied at this point because of your attack. In fact, all of them are bloodied, period, which isn't looking too good for them. All right. Now, unfortunately, it is their turn. And they're going to use it.
To run?
Well, some of them are going to run. Yes, they are. And it's going to be a little bit ugly. But first, the two who had originally planned on doing that, the one in square I-16 and the other in H-13, who are right by 2 of the marcher statues, are the ones who drew their crossbows, and they are still going to fire Anduriel, you are just right there, my friend.
And invisible.
I'm invisible.
Oh, that's right. They don't know you're there. All right, Gizik, they're going to continue their original plan and fire at you. So maybe you should just kept your mouth shut, Jeff, and then maybe they... I'm just
They
kidding.
still go after the vampire.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Jeff. I'm sure JT really loves you right now.
Oh,
What?
he
So
auto-killed somebody. I love him to death.
Okay.
Is Anduriel next to them?
No.
He's not next to either of them?
No, he is in square J14 on the flagstones, more than a square away.
Oh, okay.
One. Okay. What, Anduriel, my friend, is your
Gizik?
AC? Or Gizik is your AC?
16.
16. All right, here they go. They have +7s. They need 9s to hit you. That is an 8 and a 1. You lucky.
It is Jeff's night. We can all go
Yes,
home.
yes.
Jeff's
Okay.
John's like, yeah, see you, man.
You guys won. Like, I can't do anything about that.
Okay. So they have both used their encounter power, their special arrow that they had. They both used trick shot. and they fire arrows at you, Gizik. One of them trips, and he fires it. He fires it and blows off the head of one of the marching statues.
Oh no!
And then lightning crackles overhead, thunder sound. And then the other one fires at you, Gizik, and he misses barely, and it goes and it almost hits his other friend, and it explodes in the churchyard. And they both look pretty horrified at that action. So I'm going to tell you what they do. They both grab something off of their belt, chuck it into the ground, and they release smoke bombs. In a 3-square area around the two of them, there is a cloud of total concealment and smoke.
I don't like that.
That's no good.
Well, they did not do it in order to earn your approval or your affection.
So which two is that?
They may think about that at this point.
That would be the one in square I-16 and the other one in square H-13. They both threw down smoke bombs and released smoke bombs.
Okay.
And now there is another one, and he is going to use the running attack power. He does not provoke attacks of opportunity when he uses this. So the one that is in M12 goes running past Gizik and Anduriel. And Anduriel, he is going to use his running attack on you. What is your AC?
So where is he doing this attack from, Matt?
He is going to hit Anduriel when he hits square, probably K13.
So that will put him in my aura, so he'll be at a -2 to the attack. He'll take radiant damage if he chooses to do that.
And then I'm also invisible.
Oh, never mind, Anduriel. They can't see you. So
he gets a minus for that too.
Yeah. Okay, so Gizik, he is going to use this on you, my friend. He runs past you, and what is your AC, Gizik?
16 still.
Okay, he has a +8. And he rolled a 3. Unfortunately for him, he has now used his running attack power. Running.
Is he still in K13?
Nope, he has now moved. He was in
He was in M13, and then he used that running attack.
He uses running attack, and he's really kind of tricky. So Gizik, he runs past you, slides under your legs, darts around you, and tries to attack you, and you just kind of bat him out of the way, and he runs into the smoke cloud.
Boo!
And where he is at this point is anybody's guess. Okay, and Anduriel, they all take 5 points of damage, correct?
Correct.
Right.
And that's a save ends.
All right. All right, Anduriel, I'm going to go ahead and roll their saves really quickly.
Cool.
All right. They're in a smoke cloud for you. Unfortunately, you have no idea if they've managed to shake off the effect of your spell, but a little birdie inside you says that not all of them were just able to do it. I don't know what a little birdie inside you looks like. Tweet, tweet. I'm not sure what that looks like, but
wouldn't it be a bat?
Maybe it is. Yeah, squeak, squeak. A little bat inside of you tells
a little
you,
bar talk coming over. They're not. We got them, boss. Most of them. Shut up, bat.
Yeah, I do not think they all got it. Okay. Alrighty. And now they are all in the smoke, and you really have no idea what's going on. And that is their turn. Okay. And Thora, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn, and unfortunately, there is a cloud of smoke in front of you into which they have all disappeared.
Okay. with Fog of Insects, it's a close burst 3. Do I think I'd hit Anduriel with that?
From where you are currently, no. But you also don't think that you would hit any of them. If you charge into the fog, you might get lucky and hit them. You also might get lucky and hit Anduriel.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
But then again,
honest,
you don't know that he's there. He's invisible.
That's true.
Too.
You have swarming beetles, though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Swarming beetles. That's a blast. And
I don't know the difference between blast and burst.
Burst is this.
Cone.
Burst is this. Blast is that.
Oh.
You're at the center of a blast, and it goes out from you. A burst goes out around you.
Okay.
But you could blast into that smoke, and it doesn't suffer a penalty. Their concealment doesn't help them with a blast.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, I think since Thora doesn't know that Anduriel is in there, Anduriel, he's gonna use swarming beetles into the fog.
Okay.
Into the smoke.
All right, tell me what square you want to move into.
I think I'm gonna move to F14 just because that was the last place I saw one of them directly below me. So I'm gonna just make a note here.
All right, so you're only going to move one square?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a blast straight down in a cone.
Okay. How big is the blast?
Blast 3.
All right, you will miss Anduriel. However, you in the fog, you realize that one of them is right in front of you.
Okay.
You will suffer no penalty whatsoever to hit this fool. You run up into the fog, and he looks up, and he's like, "Ah!" because he sees all of
beetles crawling all over the place.
Yes. So
drop him like he's hot.
You're going to use which power is it? Swarming beetles.
Swarming beetles.
Okay, get him. Roll the 1d20 and add your attack bonus. You are targeting reflex, so you need to get a 15.
That is a 16.
That is a hit.
Oof. And 1d8 plus 5.
Can this hit other people in the area? Matt?
Doesn't matter. No, he only got one.
Okay. That's 12 damage.
You killed him.
Oh.
It's just like all these beetles that were crawling on the ground open their wing casings and just like start swarming this guy.
Okay.
Like
so
monsters.
You guys just hear, "Get them off me! Get them off me!" Yeah.
The horrifying wing noise.
And a whole lot of buzzing.
Like covering your ears and covering your nose, all these places. Don't get in.
Yeah, and he goes down really, really hard. Okay. Anything you would like to do with your minor action? Normally you could speak, but you can't really speak in animal form. So.
No,
I don't know what a chorus of beetles sounds like either when it's like, "Come and join the chorus." I'm not sure what that looks like, but
I think he's gonna change back to his his half elf form.
Okay. So you transform back to your half elf form.
Yep.
Okay. That was
You can also, when you change back into humanoid form, you can also shift one square if you want. You don't have to, but you can.
I think I'm gonna stay where I am just for now.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, it would have been Epistavis's turn, so we'll start back up with Lachlan. However, before that happened, you hear a really creepy sepulchral voice come out of the fog, and that voice says, "Hate them. Hate them. Drink their blood. Hate them." And then you hear a bone-cracking, crunching sound. And Gizik, I would like you to make a Knowledge Arcana check, since you are the only one here who is trained.
I don't
I'm
like
trained.
that.
I'm trained. I'm Bard.
Lachlan, you may also make a Knowledge Arcana check.
15.
I don't like.
I'd like to make a
15.
random acrobatics check.
And Uriel, you're
I'll roll
invisible.
nature.
I hear the voice and do a backflip. Acrobat.
You flip in place and you realize no one can see you, and you're like, oh.
Dang it.
I got a 24.
Okay, you got a 24, and Gizik, what did you get, my friend?
15.
Okay, Gizik with a 15. You are reasonably sure that someone is casting some kind of, we would call it alteration magic or transmutation magic of some kind. Somebody is casting a transformation spell. And Lachlan, you got much higher. Lachlan, you feel like you are reasonably sure, listening to some of what's going on and just kind of feeling the aura in the air, you're reasonably sure that somebody is parting the veil into the Feywild. And it is a very, very disturbing feeling as something slips through the Feywild into this world.
Not good.
And it's bad. In fact, I'm just going to flat out tell you as the DM, it's not good, okay? It is not a fairy princess. She is not here to grant your wishes. So don't expect
bad,
that.
Okay, it's bad.
It's not Disney.
It's bad.
Yep. Okay, so sorry guys. There, guys.
Things from the Feywild are bad, okay?
Yeah, so generally not good. Okay. All right, Lachlan, my friend, it is your turn. As far as you can see, there are no enemies.
Clouds.
As far as you can see, well, he can't see.
Exactly. That is my point.
Well, I'm fresh out of fireballs, so
That's unfortunate for you.
I think I'm going to ready an action. If something steps out,
Okay.
it's gonna get it.
Alrighty. All right, and that is Lachlan's turn. Gizik, my friend, it is your turn.
I'm going to step back a few spots.
All right.
I'll stay on the walkway. I'll go back to 014.
Okay.
And I will watch that big cloud of smoke.
Lachlan, you're still.
I don't really want to go in blind.
L14.
Are you also readying an action, Gizik, to do something?
Yeah, L14. I'm still at L14.
Yeah. When I see somebody, I will attack them with.
With a distance spell?
I don't have many of those.
You don't.
You can ready a charge.
You could ready a charge attack if you like.
All right. What I want to do is, the farmer I have bewitched. I want to try and pull him towards me.
Okay. You would need to be able to see him to do that, unfortunately.
Do you?
You have to line of sight to your target to use a ranged attack.
All right. I was hoping.
Yes. It would have been nice.
Definitely. It was a long
Worth a
shot.
It was worth a shot. It was a good idea.
I will attack with Sap the Soul as soon as I see somebody.
Okay. All right. Anduriel, it is your turn, my friend. You are invisible in your square. Anduriel, there is a bone-crunching, horrible sound coming from the fog.
Okay. It seems like it would be prudent to. There's a lot going on here. I know I've got some allies, so I'm going to regroup a little bit with the guys. Move down to kind of right adjacent to Lachlan in M15.
Okay.
And how I can't take a short rest, can I?
Well, you could start a short rest and hope it's uninterrupted.
Actually, never mind. I don't need that at this second. So, I was going for a blood is life situation, but I don't think I need it at this juncture. So,
You mean you wanted to ask somebody if you could suck their blood? Like
That's the power. I'm not gonna spoil.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, you could always use your blood drinker power on one of your party members.
Well, Kaylin's not here anymore. We don't attack each other.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
That's giant sword. No, I'm good. I will ready an action. Can you ready a reaction? Like if somebody attacks you?
You can ready any standard action at all. Like if somebody, it can be for if somebody hits you. It can be if somebody comes. You can release your readied action when you feel like it.
Even if it's an attack.
Even if it's an attack, when you ready an action, you're holding a standard action.
I'm ready. Taste of life.
Okay, so you're readying Taste of Life. Anduriel, do you not have the healing word power?
I do.
Have you used it on yourself?
I haven't, but Lachlan healed me.
Okay.
And so I'm feeling all right.
All right. If you are still hurting, you could use that as a minor action before you ready.
We'll see what happens when we figure out what came out of the Feywild.
Okay. Spark Keeper, John, I'm assuming this is one of your friends, says, aw dang, I came to the stream for a wish-granting fairy princess.
Thanks, Spark.
My brother, you are so in the wrong location, man.
All I got were these scarab beetles, dang it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Welcome to
that
the
is
show.
Anduriel's turn. Okay. The smoke disperses, and from your vantage point, gentlemen, you cannot see any of the farmers that were there. So who knows what happened to them. But I will tell you that you see standing in the middle of the farmer's corpse that the beetles devoured is a nasty, ugly-looking little goblinoid kind of creature. And this critter literally looks like it crawled up out of the dead body of the farmer. Now, I would like everybody who's trained in Knowledge Arcana and everybody who is not trained to make a Knowledge Arcana check. You need a 15.
I got it. 16.
I got a 15, natural 15.
13.
That's fine. 13. All right. So, gentlemen, you have realized you got a... Sorry, John. You are reasonably sure that it's the fairy princess that Sparky was hoping for. So you turned back out of your swarm form. So you're like, baby, and like, unfortunately, it is a fake creature known as a red cap, a real red cap, not one of the bandits who calls themselves by that same name, but a fake creature. Now, with a 15, Lachlan, what you know is that red caps are the personification of rage and bloodlust. And they are, you also know, Lachlan, that a red cap has to kill and bathe in the blood of its kill, or it will fade from existence. They were cursed by the goddess Titania to fade from existence for their disobedience and for their evil. And so this little critter has somehow crossed over into the Feywild. You also, or crossed over from the Feywild, you also get a look at some kind of spirit or apparition standing next to it in H15, and it looks disturbingly like Epistivus, but it fades out of sight completely. And this nasty little critter is going to take its turn. And the closest person, Lachlan, would be you.
But my ready to action goes off as soon as I can see him, right?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, so remind me where Anduriel is.
Anduriel is right below you on 15M.
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to get... there's not an ally. Wait, where is our friend the half-elf?
He is down the flagstone path, right in front of the double doors on G14.
G14?
Yes.
So how close is he to the bad guy? The bad guy you said is where?
The bad guy is on square 14H on the flagstone path.
So right next to him.
He is,
no.
He is 2 squares away.
But H14 and G14 are right next to each other.
He's on F14.
Yeah, he's
That's
on
where he-
F14. Yeah,
Who is?
our friend.
Thora.
Friend?
druid.
Okay, so there's one square between them, right?
That is correct.
Okay, then I'm going to use Staggering Note, which will push him, and then if I hit, it'll push him, and then how do you say his name?
Thora.
Thora?
Thora.
Thora, like God of Thunder, Dora.
Oh, Thora.
With an A. Yeah.
Thora.
Okay, yeah. So Thora can get a free melee basic attack. What's this?
Ooh.
What's this Hoser's will?
Okay, his will. This. Did you say this poser?
This Hoser.
He's
Okay,
hoser, eh?
his will's 14, eh?
Take him down,
17. So he's gonna take 5 thunder damage, and Thora can make a melee basic attack.
Is that just a D20 plus with my staff?
Yes, it's on your character sheet to the right of your attack bonus. It says what your melee attack and damage are. Can you see it? It says right above the word encounter. It says melee basic +4 attack +3 damage.
Is he in
Okay.
beast form? Are you in beast form?
No,
Not
I'm
anymore.
in my half elf.
Okay.
But he's got a wee staff in his hand.
Yeah.
That's 16.
That unfortunately is going to miss by 1.
Okay.
I'll use Adept's Insight and grant him a bonus.
Okay, is that an immediate reaction?
It's a free action.
Cool.
I just can't find a die 4. I guess it doesn't matter. It's 1 die 4 plus 1, so it's a hit.
Well, he only needs the 1.
Yeah.
So, okay. So he used Adept's Insight, and he whispers a brief prayer, and you actually make contact with your staff.
Yay.
Whack him.
What do I roll?
You roll 1 die 6, and you add your
Okay.
damage bonus from
+3. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, cool. That's a 6 +3, 9.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Take off, Red Cap.
Okay, so
All right. You clock this little small goblin upside the head, and he decides that he is going to use one of his own reactions. Unfortunately, when you do this, he's going to use bloody disadvantage on you, Thora. What is your? Actually, never mind. You hit him upside the head, and the blood gushes out of his head, and it flies into your eyes, and it blinds you, and also gives you greater disadvantage on your attack rolls. So you got to roll twice and take the lower of the 2. And you feel like he's used some kind of fey charm on you as a reaction. So you got blood in Thora, you're blinded, you got blood in your eyes, and you can't see, and you also feel very unlucky. Like now would not be the time to head to Vegas.
Okay.
Just so you know. Okay, Gizik, my friend, your ready to action goes off also, right?
yeah, Sap the Soul, I rolled 11 versus Fortitude.
Okay, his fortitude is 14,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay, well, that's it.
So, sorry, Giz. Sorry.
Hey, it's been a
Okay.
good fight so far.
It has. Anduriel, you have a ready to action also, Anduriel, that could go off. Do you want to charge him?
Taste of yes.
Okay, I don't think you can charge with Taste of Life, but
Correct.
you could get a melee basic.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, is that what you want to do?
Yep, that is what I will do.
Okay.
So that puts me. Let's see. My speed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts me right next to him. G15.
You would be running past him if you did that. He is in 14H.
I thought he got pushed right next to Thora.
You got pushed right next to Thora.
into
Okay.
G14. So I'm
All right. There we go. All right, Anduriel, I got you.
okay.
You go running down the flagstone path, and you're going to hit him with your kukri.
Yes,
All right.
I'm going to call. Anduriel's going to. I rolled a 15, so I know what he is too. I'm just like filthy blood waster, and I'm gonna try to hit him with my. That is a +7 to that. So that is a 18.
That, my friend, is a hit.
Sweet.
Would you also like to use Blood Drinker with this power?
I don't know that I can because I have to hit with a vampire power.
Oh, boogers. Okay, unfortunately. Well, thank you for your candor there, my friend.
Okay, so that is 6. That is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
'Cause
Oh,
it's
he
le-
loves you.
Yeah.
Okay, he is. He's hurt pretty badly. As you go running, the moment the smoke clears, you see this little thing. You call him a filthy blood waster, and you go Naruto drawing down the path. You're like running it with your arms down, and then you come up and you slash him, and he seems to get excited as his own blood is spilled. It's like the sight of blood is just making him happy, which is probably something that you can sympathize with. But you don't generally get aroused by your own blood being spilled, and he doesn't seem to care whose blood gets spilled. He is just really excited.
Pathetic.
Okay, Leah from Leahy says, "We don't bathe in blood, you heathen. We drink it," is basically the vibe I'm getting from Anduriel towards that red cat.
Just so, Leah. Just so.
No, you're doing it all wrong. Stop. Okay. All right, very
Drink
nice.
your bathwater? I think not.
Okay. All right. I don't know why we do all kinds of accents on this show. I hope we're not, but we do. So, all right, moving on. All right, the nasty little red cap is now going to take his turn. If you are all done picking on this poor, defenseless little critter, what did he ever do to you? Don't answer that.
He bathed in blood instead of drinking it.
Okay. All right, Anduriel, he is going to use clinging bite on you. What is your AC, Anduriel?
It is 15. No, 14. 14.
Okay, he got a 24.
Barely got me.
All right, Anduriel, you take 11 points of damage.
Oof.
And he moves into your square, Anduriel, and jumps on your back.
No.
All right, Anduriel, he moves into your square, he jumps on your back, and he bites into right back here. Whatever muscle this is called. I know I lift it. I exercise it when I lift weights. I don't know what is this? Help me out.
Trapezius?
Yeah, freaking trapeze muscles. Yeah, he launches all up into trapeze.
The traps.
And he bites into it, and blood squirts all over him. And as your blood squirts all over him, he goes like this. Like that, and just wipes it all over him, and he lets out a mad chortling giggle.
I don't like.
Well, that seems like an appropriate time to say, Naylock, bring to life the shadow of my vengeance.
Okay.
And Shadow of Naylock will come into play here. It's immediate reaction. The target takes ongoing 5 necrotic, and then he has to save against it.
All right. On his turn, he will take ongoing 5 damage. So, Anduriel, he bites into you, and in the middle of wiping all the blood, your shadow leaps up off the ground and goes, and he goes, like that, because now he is being choked to death by your shadow coming alive. And Sparky says he is Naruto enough. Good job. Yeah. John, your friends are awesome. John, friends, you're welcome in our chat anytime, guys.
Hey,
Love you
John's
guys.
friends are our friends. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, John's peeps are our peeps. Okay, so he bites. You release your shadow as a reaction, and now it would be Thora. It's your turn, my friend.
Okay. Do I know if my channel divinity would also affect Anduriel?
Well, here's how your channel divinity works. You have a range of 10 on this power. You aim it in whatever direction you want to, and every square in front of you in that direction is affected by it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hit Anduriel with it.
I mean, that's up to you. Like,
Hey, Anduriel, how are you doing on health? How do you look?
I look fabulous because I always do.
Nice and
Thora,
sparkly. Yeah.
he's not
But,
telling a lie. Thora, Anduriel is abnormally and supernaturally attractive. Not necessarily to you. I don't know how your character swings, but what I'm saying is
But
he He's beautiful. He's noticeably. I mean, he could get up in the morning with bed hair, and you'd think it was like, wow. Like,
But
Thor
to
is too
steal,
busy being in love with nature.
okay.
to steal a phrase from our DM here, if you peed on me, I would probably die.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that means he's very low on hit points. Whenever I say if you peed on him, he'd die, that generally means the infection would kill him. So he's low.
Okay. Thora is going to move up to G14.
Okay.
And he is going to use the minor action Seed of Healing. He's going to produce a seed and pass it to Anduriel to give him 18 hit points.
Okay.
Well, dang.
And we'll go ahead and let that take. We'll have that take effect on your turn. So Anduriel, he hits you with this Seed of Healing, and he just kind of slips it to you, and you pop it into your mouth, and it's like nature's crack. I mean, this is granola and mucinex and muesli. I mean, there's just all kinds of grape nuts. I mean, it's just
Be negative.
yeah. Be negative. You feel so good after you eat this thing that yeah. So there you go. And does it also grant a save, I believe, or no? Am I lying?
It doesn't grant a save.
No.
That's I think knack for success, which is what I'm going to use next.
Oh, very nice.
I use knack for success, and he claps his hands and he says, "Fin Hefara, grant your child strength." And you get to make a save. You get to shift up to 2 squares as a free action. You get +2 power bonus to his or her next attack roll, and the target gains +4 power bonus to his or her next skill check.
Okay, unfortunately, you have to pick one of those.
You have to pick one of those? Okay, I'm going to give him a save.
Okay, Anduriel, do you have a save effect, or is he just on you?
He's just on me.
Okay, I'm going to let you make, with knack for success, I'm going to let you make a move action check to break the grab against him. Go for it.
Okay.
Roll at half your level and your strength bonus.
Half my level 2.
Or dexterity.
Or dexterity, if you would prefer.
So +4. They're the same. So that is a 17
Total?
total.
Well, he rolled a natural 17, so...
No!
Sorry. Okay. So he tells you how to break out of the grab. He's like, poke him in the eye. He's right behind you. And you go like that, and the red cap bites your thumb. And you barely pull it out and pull it away in time to not suffer damage.
Dirty bugger.
Unfortunately. But very nice. That was a very good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was your standard action. Hold on, let me go back and look at your character.
Wait. I'd like to use Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes.
Oh.
I get, if I'm making an attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, I get to add 1d6 to the result.
He rolled a 21, so you only need to roll a 4, and you will be able to get out. 4, 5, or 6. Roll that 1d6.
4.
Yeah!
4. All right. So congratulations. So you have a flashback to a pastime when you were a WWE wrestler or something like that. He goes to bite your thumb, and you do the worst move in martial arts, the dreaded nostril flip. You're like, and you nostril flip him right off of you.
I have to make a quick shout out to Spark again.
Go for it.
Said finger food when he bit his thumb.
Okay. So the red cap Anduriel, you knock into square H15. He is now in front of you instead of in your square.
All right, RC Cola.
Okay. All righty. And that is Mr. Redcap's turn. Unfortunately, and now... Or no, excuse me, that was Thora's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Epistivus is no more. However, or at least you don't see him. However, you do hear a sepulchral voice coming, as if coming from the tombstone, which, given this is a churchyard and there are statues with dead people and a few gravestones out here, is even creepier. You hear a raspy voice say, "Kill him! Kill them! Kill them all!" And it's It's quiet, but it echoes all around you, and it's mad with rage. And that is what you hear.
Gizik's like, I'm working on it. I'm gonna kill all of them.
Oy.
I got one already. Jeez.
Okay, Lachlan, it's your turn, my friend.
How's he looking?
The red cap, he is bloodied.
He is bloodied. Okay.
He's bloodied.
Well, and he's now in melee with two people, right? Enduriel and Thora.
He is now in melee with 2 people.
Okay. I think I'm going to start with another staggering note.
Okay. What is that target? Fortitude?
Will.
All right.
So 21.
That more than hits his will of 14.
So 5 thunder damage, and I haven't granted Enduriel an attack, so he can make a melee basic attack against him.
All right.
Wonderful. That was only a 7. Well,
Okay.
plus my 7 is 14.
Unfortunately, that does not hit his 18 armor class.
And with my move action, is anybody hurt?
Not after that little V8 juice I just had.
Yeah.
That's such a good ability.
That is
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's pretty awesome. Seed of Healing. It is a daily power, so that's his utility.
I want to move. I want to move next to him in flank if I can. Where does that put me?
That puts you in square I-15 on the flagstone path.
Okay, so I'll move into flank. My defender aura is still active, so if he wants to attack somebody else, he's gonna burn.
Okay. Well, it's not his turn, so
Nope.
he'll be. All right, so you move into his aura, and you do what?
I taunt him.
You taunt him? Do you do it with an outrageous French accent?
You don't even like blood.
You silly pilgrim.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us how you taunt the red cap, Lachlan.
I think he just telepathically communicates to him, because that's a little more disturbing. Just telepathically communicates to the red cap, whatever horrible slurs he can come up with for random fey creatures.
Okay. So something about his pointy ears,
His
and
pointy
maybe
ears, his bulbous nose, his
Okay.
mother's, stinky
His
feet.
Permanently dyed red skin.
yeah,
His strawberry
something like
shortcake hat.
that.
His
Okay.
lactose intolerant,
He's lactose intolerant. Okay.
probably.
So you go mocking him, Lachlan. You come to a very, very disturbing realization as you enter his mind, and he responds to you, and you realize that you are actually talking to the farmer that the beetles killed.
Huh.
You are in his head, and he probably says something back to you like, "I'm gonna hit you with a hoe," or "You wait until my daughter's biscuits," or something. I don't know, something like that. Comes back at you with some kind of a curse, and you realize you've made contact with the mind of that farmer.
But it's a screwed up, angry mind.
Oh, there's so much rage and hate coming from it. But he appeared to have crawled up out of the farmer's body. So this is a disconcerting situation that you're not quite sure what to make of. Leah says, your mother was a green cap and your father smelt of cold iron. That's awesome, Leah. Okay. All right. Anyway. That is the disturbing realization. So, Lachlan, do you want to make a performance check, or what would you like to do?
To do what? To
You're
make
taunting him.
To taunt him? Sure,
Are
I'll
you-
perform.
Are you trying to provoke him into attacking you?
No, not necessarily. He's just young and rash and impetuous, and this guy's disgusting. He rubbed blood on his face, for crying out loud.
Okay.
And who does that?
That is disgusting.
That is so tacky. Wait till I tell the people at the temple that you did that.
I'm thinking of you know the killer in Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets posed again.
Put the lotion in the basket.
It's so gross. He's so disgusted. So
All right.
I will roll the level of his disgust is a 25.
Okay. So you managed to successfully taunt him, and he loses all concentration that he had on Anduriel, and he looks murder at you, Lachlan. And now it's his turn. Gizik.
I'm gonna try and bewitch him.
All right. His will is not fantastic. His will is only 14. What did you get?
I think I got a 24.
I think we can round down and you still hit him.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you got him.
so with that, I will
know.
choose to give him vulnerability 2, and I will move into flanking with him. I believe that I-16 should leave me flanking with Thora.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack him, the double attack with the Hag's Hunger. So I think that's a 20 and a 26.
Okay. 26 total?
The 20 and 26 are the attack rolls.
Okay, that would hit. His AC is 18, so you hit both times, which means you get to add your strength bonus into this mix.
Or charisma.
Or
Oh,
charisma.
strength is
as
higher,
you-
though, so...
I would imagine.
Charisma bonuses to attacks always confuse me. I just imagine somebody winking and somebody takes extra damage.
Oh,
They make sense to Lachlan. He's basically, I'm so attractive that it hurts you.
All right, that's 21 damage.
Oh,
All right.
21 plus the vulnerability for each of those, so that would be 25.
All right.
dang.
And Duriel's shadow is choking the life out of this thing, but it looks like it still had plenty of hit points. And then Gizik, you come running, and Duriel's shadow looks towards you, grabs him, and goes like this, and you come running up like, and you rip him in 2 pieces and drop them on either side of the floor.
Dang.
And he's got all the blood that he could want now.
I think Lachlan vomits a little in his mouth.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah,
actually
right.
like to take a minute to do a cleric thing
Uh-huh.
and just say, brother of shadows, another soul has passed into your eternal night, and sort of give him because we're here to try and take care of the dead rising problem. So I'm trying to.
Okay. So you say a little prayer to kind of ease his spirit on into the afterworld. Doesn't have the effect of a full ritual, but you could do the full ritual if you wanted to. So you can lay him to rest after this to make sure he doesn't rise, if you so choose. But you get the distinct impression that Naylock has heard your entreaty, and you feel that he is pleased. So, in any case,
And
that
was
would
such a
be-
good vampire.
He's a good Okay. All right. Now, Anduriel, my friend, it is your turn.
I mean, there's not much else to do. There's a lot of blood on the ground. Actually, I guess we can. I turn to our new friend here.
Mm-hmm.
Extend my hand, which is probably not bloody.
You lick the blood off first.
And thank you for your assistance in this battle, in this encounter. Your help was very much welcome and very much needed.
Anytime. Happy to help whenever I'm needed.
Can you help us? Crap, I forget the name of the priest we're trying to find.
The one who got arrested, or
Yeah,
the one?
yeah.
Okay, the priest who was arrested is Hope Master Andante, and he, you don't know where he is, but Thora, you know that he was arrested and actually taken to Castle Winterguard.
Okay. So yeah, just we're searching for Hope Master.
Andante.
Would you be able to assist us in finding him?
I can do more than that. I know exactly where he is. He was arrested and taken to Castle Winterguard.
That's correct.
Castle Winterguard, due to some unsightly crimes. To say the least. I feel it's unnecessary to go into the things he's done.
Okay, Anduriel, you take note of the fact that Thora, who has not necessarily given his name to you yet, you take note of the fact that he is as reluctant to tell you what happened to Hope Master Andante as Madame Dimitri was in the Rose Garden Tavern.
Okay.
Or rather, he's as reluctant to tell you what he did.
It's bad news bears.
Yeah.
I'm not going to push the issue because he's seen me do vampire things. But
Yeah.
there's a communication between Lachlan and myself. Like this man knows something of what's happened. I need you to do your bard thing.
You say this in Lachlan's mind, right?
Right.
Okay. So there's an
Hopefully.
awkward silence, Thora, and this vampire, and you are reasonably sure as a druid that there is something not right about this chap. You haven't seen him bite anybody, but you have seen him use some rather dark magic. However, you also heard him call out to Naylock. Make a knowledge religion check, if you would, please. You are not trained in that, so
No, I am not.
roll the 1d20 and add your wisdom bonus, which is 4, and so add 5 total. Roll the 1d20 and add 5.
That's a 13.
Okay, that's more than enough. You heard him call out to Naylock. Naylock is the god of death and night. He's called the brother of shadows because he is a brother to all those who walk in the shadows. So this chap looks like the kind of guy that would worship him. So,
Okay.
but,
So I can assume he's a vampire, or
well, you can assume that he might be some kind of undead or shadow creature. You didn't see him bite anybody.
that's true. Okay.
You did see him casually ponder if he could bite someone, but anyway.
Okay.
I thought real hard about it.
But you are a druid, you are a priest of the natural order, and you sense that this guy is the kind of guy that horses would probably like stampede and ball
Run
around.
from or something. Yeah. Okay.
Something ain't right with this fool.
Okay. Well, I have that communication with Lachlan, and I thank him again. Well, thank you again for your help. Is now the time where I could perform the rite for this creature?
Absolutely.
All right, I'd like to do that.
Do you want to do it over Epistovus also, or just this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just sort of a post battle. Like we got to get this stuff squared away. We got to get the dead situation squared away here.
Okay.
So let's see here. All I have is the prayers. I have some prayers for the dead here.
Okay.
And so do I go to each, or can I put them in like the same area, or?
If you want,
I think it's one each.
if you want to make sure that each of these souls passes on to Naylock's realm uninhibited, you have to do the ritual each time for each person.
Okay, well then that's what I'd like to do. Do I have to roll anything, or just go to the?
No, you just go down and you kneel. Well, you don't have to kneel. You just go down and make whatever sign you feel like is appropriate and say the prayer.
Okay, so I raise my
That caught me off guard. I'll admit it.
So I go to the first one and cast your shadow over his journey and shade from the glare. and then I go over to Episthephus' corpse, and I'm not really too fond of his, so I just say, Naylock, may he stand humbled in your majesty as he meets his eternity.
Okay, Anduriel, you say that and your voice catches before you can finish the prayer.
What?
And you need to make a knowledge religion check.
That I am trained in. Cool. That is...
I'm scared.
19.
Okay, with a 19 and being as trained as you are in necromantic lore, Anduriel, you go to say the prayer and you realize that your prayer is not having any power because something has already interrupted Episthephus' journey to the other side.
Interesting.
So you know,
Okay.
Anduriel, from your lore that everyone who dies walks a certain path, which is different for every soul that dies on Ienia. It's either called the path of damnation or the path of the righteous. And at some point along the way on this path, people are tested as a way of determining where their best afterlife fit is. And you know that after that test, that they will appear in front of Naylock and they will have to kneel before the Brother of Shadows for him to pronounce judgment. Something has interrupted Episthephus' journey on that path. From the way that the ritual fails to gather power, you feel like he never even made it onto the path of damnation or the path of the righteous.
Interesting.
Do you convey that to the party or do you keep it to yourself?
No, I sort of stumble maybe a half step back and probably have a surprised look on my face, and keep it to myself.
Okay. All right. So he goes over to say to the prayer for the dead over this little fey creature, and then you can all feel the holy power gathering around him, and then he goes over to say the prayer over Episthephus, and he stops mid-prayer and just kind of looks up and makes an expression and just walks back over. And that is where we will leave it for this evening, my friends. So thank you for those of you who have been with us. Thank you for joining us, John Christie, to be our very first guest star ever on Holy Rollerz. You did fantastic.
Thank you.
This
Star
guy's-
you were.
He's never played 4th edition before, and look how well he adjusted. Very nice.
Nailed it.
So, John, would you like to join us next week?
I would be happy to if you'll have me.
We would love to have you join us next week to both continue the conversation and to assist the priests in helping Winter Run that you have come to serve anyway. So we will be in touch a little bit this week and we'll make some more plans. But right now we will end our stream tonight with our Consider This moment. And Ryan has our Consider This moment.
I do.
I think. Okay.
Yes. So today I got the opportunity. I'm an elementary school principal, and we had the principals in my school district got together and we did a service project. There in my school district also covers the area of Hill Air Force Base, and so we put together these kits for 10 days leading up to Christmas for families who have a parent deployed. And so that something fun, they can do something like a family activity or a treat each day leading up to Christmas. And it was really neat, to write some cards to these families, because I have students in my school that who have parents that are active military and some who are deployed. It can be a challenge for these kids. They get to communicate with their parents, but it's just not the same as having them at home. And so I was thinking, first of all, how it's very usual, and I know that people are very quick, at least the people I've interacted with and in my community, to if they see a serviceman or woman, to go and say thank you and show that appreciation. But I think that it's not just them. We don't necessarily know who's the spouse of an active duty person, but but it was neat to be able to thank them because their sacrifice is no less meaningful than the one who's serving. And then kind of as a little follow up, I noticed I was thinking also of our police officers. We have a wonderful police officer who helps our sixth graders with the DARE program, and people don't typically like the police very much because most interactions we have with them tend to be when we're naughty, and so and yet they too are in a service field that's important and sometimes dangerous and unliked and unthanked. And so consider when you see a cop and you're not in trouble, to say thanks for their service. And if you know anybody who's a loved one of someone who's deployed, thank them as well for the sacrifice they're making by supporting their loved one in the armed forces.
That's awesome. Anybody have any thoughts they'd like to add? Nope.
Here. That's great. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you are a serviceman or you are a police officer who may be watching Holy Rollerz or catching up on it, we thank you for your service. We appreciate you. We know that you help keep people safe. And so thank you very much. And for those of you who watched, thank you very much for watching. That is the end of our episode for tonight. So thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.